Welcome back to Jacksonville Buzz's Buzzworthy Business. I'm sitting with Alfie Corona from alfiecorona.com. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
All right, we have had an opportunity to do a couple of interviews, and thank you for coming back. Today we're here to talk about your business in cybersecurity. So for everybody who has not seen, the previous episodes, you are a former military guy. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You've written a book. You've done some amazing things. But your business that we're here to talk about today is cybersecurity, the likes of which you have served companies like Google and IBM.
Correct, yes.
Tell us a little bit about this, man.
Yes, so the work is specifically in the areas of IT security audit, risk management, and compliance. So those are the areas that are my specialty. I have also focused on participating with the incident response teams. I have brought these companies and proposed solutions that reduce their cybersecurity incidents, 90% of them. So that's one of the achievements that I'm very proud to say.
So when you talk about cybersecurity, I get it. How many computers do you have on you, right? You got your phone, your laptop, your iPad, people running around with no less than 3 or 4 screens at any point in time these days. But when you are doing cybersecurity for a company like a Google or a company like Bob's, company down on Main Street, what are the things that you're doing to help them? Let's talk about compliance. That's a great one because we just live in such a litigious world these days. What do you do to help cybersecurity in the compliance world?
So I help them in lame terms, I'll say this. I help them prevent future issues with regulations, the government, lawsuits, and getting in trouble, and also by maintaining their reputation. For example, I'm going to say this because it's in the news. It's not that I'm throwing a company under the bus, but Facebook was fined a couple of $1 billion because of their GDPR recently. So those are the kind of things that where I come in to prevent a company from losing those billions of dollars by implementing security controls to maintain the privacy of customers, like GDPR, the European customers that have their data, and maintaining those information in compliance, personal information.
What's a GDPR?
GDPR is a compliance regulation from the European Union that they enforce for any company that has European customer personal information. Mm-hmm. They mandate these companies to comply with that regulation to whether not share it with the outside vendors or third parties. Like maybe they are okay with that company, in the case of Facebook, to just them use it but not share it or sell it, which happens. So those are the kind of things. And if the customer from the European Union ask to delete their data, they are entitled to, by law, and they're protected to have that granted.
Well, in such a small time period, we have completely revolutionized the way that we do business. I actually remember, it must be a decade ago, the producers of this television show handed me this little tablet-looking thing, and it was, I was like, what is this, right? And they're like, oh, this is an iPad. Like, what am I going to do with an iPad? It doesn't do anything, right? Now, it's like, how much business do we conduct on an iPad? I mean, if you go to any retailer at a football game, their little kiosk things are obviously a commercial version of an iPad. So in today's modern era, we have data out there everywhere, right? And I heard that if you could actually see the data that's being transmitted right now in front of you, that you wouldn't be able to see an inch in front of your face. So for you, you're helping those people, companies, now not just Google, right? Everywhere from major Fortune 100 companies to the local company here in Jacksonville, Florida, make sure that their data is tight, whether it's compliance with retention of records. I mean, I could just see with Gmail, right? Well, what would happen if they weren't cyber secure and all of a sudden my email gets sucked into this dark web thing, which of course I'm not even sure what that is, but if it says dark on it, that certainly can't be good. So when people approach you, is it usually something where it's like, oh my gosh, something is broken? Or is it like, you know what, I realize that I need to make sure this is tight? Like, what type of clients do you usually find yourself with?
We have, two kind of clients. So there's those that you said we need to make sure we are in compliance to prevent future issues. We have those that work with, like, for example, in the case of IBM, they have IBM is a big company that works business to business. So their customers are like banks and other big organizations internationally. So part of their status and reputation and to continue selling to those customers is to maintaining certain certifications. And that is, for example, SOC 2 certification. SOC 2 is a compliance certification that companies require to have in order to meet the laws and privacy and showing to the world that they're maintaining cybersecurity controls to protect the privacy of customers that they have, the confidentiality of these other companies that they do businesses with, and that is a way of showing, hey, we're protecting your information to the best that we can with the agreement that we had business-wide.
So whether it's a major company trying to get their certifications to say, hey, by the way, we're compliant to the best we can be. I mean, obviously, right? To the guy on Main Street running a company saying, you know what, I want to make sure that my credit card processing software so that I can come and fix your roof is secure. So whatever scope that is, that's what you provide with cybersecurity.
Pretty much, and also there's another. It's very broad, right? Because some other aspects involve cybersecurity awareness training. For example, phishing emails, and that's one of the main things nowadays that we get with malware attacks, ransomware attacks. There's a lot of ransom nowadays happening because more people are online. So, a ransomware attack is you could get it from anywhere. You could get from an email, you download the attachment. Next thing you know, your computer or device is locked and you have valuable data there that the hacker knew that you had that is very personal, maybe confidential personal information, intimate information that you don't want the world to know because of your reputation. And they now are asking you for a ransom, to pay them a couple of hundreds of thousands of dollars for them not to release it to the public. And there's ways to prevent that by being educated with cybersecurity.
I would love to have another segment of you just to talk about malware because that's a big deal these days. But so alfiecorona.com is how they connect to all the wonderful stuff. We'll hang that on our website at iwannabuzz.com. I'd love to have you back for a segment just to talk about the trends that you're seeing as a digital expert in cybersecurity, man. Thanks for coming on to the show.
Thank you, Steve.
Absolutely.
My pleasure.
Guys, thanks for joining us on Jacksonville Buzz. If you like us, share us. And remember, live with gratitude.